Hello, Middle School. My name is Ella Brinkman, and today I'll be interviewing Mrs. Winslow, who is the Algebra 1 and Geometry teacher. First of all, how are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited to be here. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I'm really happy to be here too. So let's go ahead and get started. So tell us about yourself for those who don't know you.
Sure. So my name is Miss Winslow. I am the VAVA Algebra 1 and Geometry teacher for the middle school students. And this is my 4th year with VAVA, but my 8th year teaching. I currently live in Northern Virginia with my husband and my 2 girls. And yeah, so that's just a little bit about myself.
Awesome. So what inspired you to become a teacher?
Oh, that's kind of a long story, so I'll try to give you the shortened version. But I actually hated math almost my entire life. Basically until my senior year of high school. And I had a teacher who took the time to really help me get to know the content and the materials. She was kind to me. She just really helped me a lot, and she turned me on to math. So my senior year of high school, I started to love math. But I still didn't really want to be a teacher. I thought I was going to be a scientist or a mathematician or, work in a think tank somewhere. So I decided to go to school to get my bachelor's in mathematics. I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And then it was my junior year of college that I started tutoring in the tutoring center at Mary Washington. And just seeing the students and how they connected with me and the material and getting to be a part of their moment when they are doing challenging work and then they figure it out and they're like, oh, that's just a super, super inspiration for me. So that's kind of when I decided to be a teacher.
That's so cool. So where'd your passion for algebra and geometry come from?
Well, my passion for math in general is just that it has a purpose. So there's real world application to it. So anything from your bank account, dealing with money, to changing a tire, to architecture, design, landscaping, NASA, everything has a purpose and everything involves math. And if you're in my class, you know that I kind of drill that in a lot because I want you guys to know that what you're studying and what you're doing has purpose. It has a meaning. And even if you don't see a direct connection to math, there's always problem solving going on in the background. So those skills to work from start to finish and in between on a problem are all math. That's my huge passion for all kinds of math, algebra and geometry too.
That's awesome. It's amazing how math affects our everyday life. That's so cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. Who is your biggest inspiration in your life that helped you get to where you are today?
So I have a few, and they're kind of related to different aspects, of course. So my mom, she is like, and again, if you're in my classes too, I cry sometimes. I'll try not to cry. But my mom is probably my biggest inspiration in life. She's just kindest person I know. She attempts every interaction that she has with anyone with just kindness and purpose and sympathy and empathy. So I try to sort of emulate that in everything I do. As far as a math inspiration, I got to say I'm a big fan of Dan Meyer. You don't know who he is? Look him up. He's just amazing at sort of connecting students again to the real world in an authentic way. So I try to sort of emulate that too in my practices. And then also it really comes down to you guys. You guys are my biggest inspiration because I get to see every day your progress, and I get to see the moments that we have together again where you're connecting to the material and you're learning it and you're taking hard topics and completing them. And so I think that's my daily inspiration, is just to kind of keep working to be better for you guys.
Well, I say I can speak for a lot of students that say that you are their inspiration. So thank you so much for teaching us. Finally, for someone who's thinking about being a teacher, what would you say to them, and what some tips would you give them?
Sure, I would say that's amazing. Welcome to the family. And if you're kind of on the fence about it, I would say to focus on what you enjoy doing. That's kind of what I did in the beginning. I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher for sure, because it's a big decision to make a career choice and all of that. So I focused on what I loved. That was the math first, and then the teaching came later. So let's say you love science. Focus on the science, and then the teaching part can sort of fold itself in. I would also like to say that, again, that's amazing. And it's just a big deal to be a part of someone's journey. And so I'm super thankful that I get to be a part of all my students' life journeys and hopefully help them along the way. So if it's something you really want to get into, just know that that's one of the biggest benefits of being a teacher. So it's something you have to look forward to.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for being part of this interview. I'm sure a lot of students will take your word to heart and one day maybe be a teacher.
That would be amazing. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.